Welcome back, Type This here. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a random one-shot one. I'm still waiting on getting a new computer to be able to start doing the journey through Final Fantasy randomizers. But for today, we'll be looking at some unusual Pokemon cards. Now these ones are from Bali. They came out, or they were acquired around a bit before Generation 2 was localized into English, and we'll be seeing that come into play towards the end of the cards that I have here. We'll be starting off tame with Dark Wheezing. This one was from regular set. Note the addition to the massive increase in HP and rather a bit of an increase in its damage, 180, slightly more than it should be, even though the card description text is still 20 damage. Next up, Dark Gyarados. He's also gotten a bit of a power buff with extra HP and damage. Again, addition 2, and again from the Team Rocket set, being the dark version of Gyarados. Still evolving off a Magikarp. And Meowth now. Again, a buff of HP. That's the common theme of these cards. They've got rather a lot more HP than they should do. But 6 energies for Coin Hurl. Still does its base damage of flipping a coin and 20 heads. So you're never going to use that card unless you're using it as a damage sponge. Next up we have, hello, that's not Mew. Card says Mewtwo. So they've kind of got it half right with this one. It is a Mew-ish thing. Lovely amount of HP on it. 1200 there. And he's also got the damage boost. Being printed on, I'm pretty sure this is a Drowsy card. Yep. Pokemon powers for Drowsy. Alright, now we're getting to some more interesting ones. We've got Executor, who apparently evolves off a Voltorb. So this one is clearly they've taken the card for the base set Electrode. Don't be fooled by that palm tree in the corner. It's nothing to do with what set this is. Chain Lightning, I'm pretty sure this is base set Electrode. Alright, hey, we've got an actual Mewtwo now. The font type is a little bit awkward for his name. And he's edition 2 as well. Very clearly just plonked on there with that addition too. This one is Zapdos by the look of it. But that background I'm certain comes from base set Dragonair. Tangela. Well, you're a right typing now. You're a grass type. But you're evolving off an Execute. So not quite so much. And then the big explosion with number of energy cards is the number of coins you flick for. Do you go for 20 damage, what the description says, or 130, which is what the card damage has? Alright, again, another grass type. It's a final stage evolution. Not the final stage evolution it's supposed to be. This is apparently a Nidoqueen evolving off a Weepinbell. And this one definitely looks like it's come from the jungle set. 420 HP, very appropriate for a grass type there. Cloyster. Well, it looks like the people who did these cards went with the theme of it's round, so it must evolve off a round thing. It's slightly spikier. You evolve spikier things off the base form, right? A heck of a tanky Cloyster, who can do the wave for 10 damage plus 10 more for each bench Pokemon, or 140 plus 10 more. However you want to interpret that card. Now, we're getting into more interesting ones. This is a base Pokemon that apparently evolves off a Ponyta. And Squirtle is now a fire type. He can do his stomp and agility. Again, we've got our boosted HPs and attack damage. So all these cards, you could probably play them against each other, not against actual proper cards. They would obliterate and be unkillable against an actual legit deck. Now we have Gengar, and now this one is definitely Snorlax base card. They've changed up that background a bit. Still got a stick-seamed ability. Still edition 2, which was never an edition format that was ever printed in real cards. 500 HP, appropriate for Snorlax. And now we've got another version of Gengar. Even more tanky. He can't do quite as much damage with his horn attack, but he's a water type. So now we have water type Graveler. So he's no. The card text says Graveler. The Pokemon is Geodude. I don't know why they were thinking with this one. Maybe because he's giving thumbs up, it looks like a horn, and the card, which is a Seeking, has horn attack. That's about the only logical thing I can think of there. Okay, next on we have Marowak pretending to be a Pikachu, jungle set Pikachu from memory. Spark, 150 damage for 6 lightning energies. Not exactly the basic amount of energies that would have required. Now my favourite card, the tankiest of tanky Ninetales that is evolving off a Metapod, 1000 HP. But then, I know you can't really read it terribly clearly, but Mega Drain, 200 damage, with the effect that it heals Ninetales for half the damage dealt. How do you kill that thing when it's dealing 200 damage a hit and healing itself for 100? Very tanky. Now we have our first of the Gen 2 Pokemon. We have a little Hoo-Hoo, not Hoot-Hoot, Hoo-Hoo, evolving off Machop. I guess they went, it's a brown Pokemon, it evolves off a brownish Pokemon. Again, Edition 2, I think this one is a Dark Machop, the base card. And we have a very happy looking Togepi. They actually got this one's name right because the English is the exact same as in Japanese. And at this point, a Pokemon movie might have come out. And that one pre-released a few Pokemon. But this, Togepi is pretending to be Flareon. Ho-Oh, not quite the correct spelling for Ho-Oh. Pretending to be a Jigglypuff. Somewhat appropriate because Jigglypuff and Ho-Oh both feature in the anime, I guess. He has quite a pretty hollow foil on him, and again, he's actually not a bad card. Although I have noticed he does have triple weakness to fighting. Somehow. Does that mean he takes 6 times damage? Because back in the original base set rules, weaknesses were double damage. Now we have Lugia. He's looking a little bit different to his normal arts. He's also pretending to be a Nidoran, I believe. Nidoran female. Yeah, that's Nidoran female card text. Nice Fury swipes. 1 energy for potential 3 times 140 damage. Not bad. Good HP. Not sure how you work out his weakness and resistance, given they're both psychic. The card makers clearly went, the more energy icons, the better. Now one of my favourite Gen 2 Pokemons, Suicune. Slightly different spelling. Again, this would have been taken directly from the Japanese names, which that would be how he's spelt in Japanese. Again, they've changed up the weaknesses and resistances. So his call for a friend is a bit more interesting. That one is search your deck for a double fighting Pokemon, which does not exist. Like I said, they clearly went copy-paste energy symbols. This is our first one, which is not, strictly speaking, a Pokemon card. It's a trainer card. It's Maripu, or Marie. In this one, discard a card from your hand to your opponent shuffles his or her hand into the deck. Energy time. We have a Magumarashi energy, aka Equivalent energy. This one's a Rainbow energy. I do actually have this, the proper Rainbow energy card, as a holofoil. And again, Edition 2. They just went, we'll just add extras to all the numbers. Doesn't matter what it is. Heracross. Poking out of his frame. He is also a Meowth. Payday for 130s, not bad. 6 energies. Again, you've got the inflated weakness and resistances. Yami Karasu, or Murkrow. Yami Darkness, Karasu Kuro. And he is an Abra. Not much more to say. He is shiny. Now we're beginning to get into the ones which are a little bit more, what the hell is this? And trying to decipher it. This is Watako. I'm guessing they have picked this one to be evolving off Wartortle, because it is blue. Interestingly, this Pokemon is not blue. He is not that blue. This is, if you could believe it, Jumpluff. Watako is Jumpluff's name in Japanese. I do not know what they used as a reference image for this. I guess they thought that the Jumpluff's spores looked like water bubbles, because you can see they've added a few more water bubbles around here. Again, they did not have the English official names for these, so they just guessed. Now we have Muchuru, which is Smoochum, looking way more angry than a regular Smoochum. I don't recognize the background. I'm pretty sure it's a Magnemite background. But he's acting as a Tauros with the rest of his card text. He's a very angry one. This one's Papurin. He's pretty easy to recognize from the artwork. That's an Igglybuff. Not too much more to say. Although he's apparently a Dark Alakazam, because he evolves off a Dark Kadabra. So I guess Igglybuffs are super evil. This one, a little bit harder to work out what he is. This is Megani, aka Meganium. Now what do you evolve off? You're a Rattata. I guess it's got 4 legs. So it's a Rattata. Now we have Odairu, Feraligatr. Again, this one, so this is the Dark Kadabra one. So I could evolve the Purpurin Igglybuff off of this Odairu, I guess. My only logic behind this is that it looks evil and Kadabra looks evil. Not much more to say. Again, pretty good HP, edition 2. I don't think I've ever seen a Sneasel look like this before. Neura, the Sneasel, who is acting as a Mr. Mime with a very powerful Meditate. So if it does base 150 damage and then 10 for each damage on the defending Pokemon, that would scale well with these cards. It wouldn't scale like too super well with the base cards, because when this was originally printed, I don't think there was anything with 150 HP in the game. So we had Jumpluff earlier, Watako. Now we have its pre-evolution, Popole, who looks just as derpy and wrong coloured, and they have obviously copy-pasted the cost for Bite right next to it. So it's a 6 energy attack, or you can pay half the energy and do Whirlpool, which is apparently also a Vaporeon because it evolves off an Eevee. Now we have another one where they've obviously seen some artwork of it, but they haven't really quite gotten it. We have Mooma, who is a Mischievous, who apparently also has like a little bit of a dog-like nose. I don't think that regular Mischievous has that. They got the necklace right. It looks pretty good in that one. We have Ringuma, who honestly looks like Ursaring cross between an Ewok, and they're also again using the Jungle Set Pikachu background. But this one's actually in edition 1. Now this one here, we've got Sanigarasu, that's Pupitar, who is, for a ground type, doing a really good job at flying as a Pidgeotto. Background there, I'm pretty sure is the Pokemon March cards artwork. Definitely not Pidgeotto's. He has a very specific retreat cost of 3 fighting energy. So hope you're using a fighting deck when you want to use him. Otherwise, it's pretty good. His Hurricane might be useful. So unless it knocks out the defending Pokemon, return them in all cards to the opponent's to the hand. So you're probably going to knock out most Pokemon with 220. Now we're getting a bit harder. This one is Rantan, evolving off a Ponyta. So it's the second thing that evolves off Ponyta that we've had. I think it's a different Ponyta though. This is a Lantern. I don't know why they decided to go for this being a Ponyta evolution. It's blue. It clearly looks like it belongs in the water and not a fire type. It also has 171 HP. So you have to do 180 damage to actually kill this thing. Last but not least, we have the one that took me ages and ages as a kid to work out what the heck this is supposed to be. Deribado, aka Delibird. Yes, this is supposed to be a Delibird. I do not know what the hell artwork they were looking at when they decided this is what a Delibird looks like. And it evolves off Clefairy or Jigglypuff. It can't decide which fairy type Pokemon it wants to evolve off. They made it pink for some reason, so I guess they thought, oh, it's pink and roundish, it can evolve off a Clefairy Puff. This one's not as useful combat-wise because none of Clefable's attacks have a damage number next to them. They're all special text-based ones. So they cost more. The Metronome definitely costs more than regular. Not as useful as the other cards. But that sums up the collection of rather interesting Balinese fakes that I have acquired. Hopefully in the next video it will be some Final Fantasy randomizers. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, type this out. Have a good day. Bye.